You're listening to Brown on Brand, featuring Matthew Brown on thumbstopper.fm.
Hello, everybody. This is Matthew Brown with Brown on Brand, and today we're going to talk about a fun topic that everybody likes, refreshment, but a spiked refreshment, and called Buzz Pop Cocktails. And I'm lucky enough to have Joe Isaacs, the CEO of Buzz Pop Cocktails, in the studio today, who I personally know. And welcome, Joe.
Thanks. Nice to be here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
coming.
coming.
It's always fun to talk about Buzz Pops.
Yeah, absolutely. And are you still in Palm Harbor? You're outside of Tampa, or have you relocated?
No, I'm still in Palm Harbor. We have an office in Holiday, and our manufacturing was moved last year from Las Vegas to Delray Beach, so we're down by the Fort Lauderdale area.
Oh, beautiful. And Buzz Pop Cocktails is what you would think. It's a great name. It's a great brand. And it got my attention. I saw it on LinkedIn one day. You were asking about, how'd you hear about us? And I said, wow, I just saw a post on LinkedIn, and then I searched for it on Instagram, because that's kind of my favorite social media, if you will. It's easy to digest, and it was easy to tell what you did. But Buzz Pop Cocktails are exactly what you would think they are. You want to kind of describe them to the watchers and listeners?
Sure. We are the world's first and only 100% all natural adult push pop. It's an authentic Italian sorbet made with a full shot of premium alcohol in each one.
Oh, great.
So it's a 3.37 ounce push pop. It's a retro style pop, just like we had when we were all kids. The ones with the Fred Flintstone characters around the outside and the creamsicle ice cream on the inside, and they used to sell them from the Good Humor Man.
I loved them.
Well, we decided to take that concept and make them strictly for adults.
Yeah. So
we got rid of all the artificial garbage. There's no flavors, colors, preservatives, additives, artificial sugars, high fructose corn syrups.
Sure.
It's all 100% natural fruit.
Okay.
And a full shot of premium spirit in each one. So you will get a buzz from a Buzz Pop.
So there's thought in being healthy. And what's the alcohol content?
The alcohol content is a full shot. It's 10% ABV.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's
so
the highest,
few of these on the beach.
A few of these, you're going to get a buzz.
Okay.
You are going to get a buzz.
Hence the name, Buzz Pop Cocktail.
We are the adult indulgence with a healthy twist.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've had some recent success, obviously. I mean, I've always looked at Joe Isaacs as a guy that really knew how to. I mean, you love startups. And, to me, I know a half a dozen different things, one that I've been involved in with you. And you like building things from infancy. And that's usually the toughest job on the planet, to do that, to take something and I kind of like to fit that mold as an entrepreneur that likes kind of the ground level of a product. And that's what really interested me in Buzz Pop Cocktail.
It's really difficult to take a brand and build it from scratch, especially when you have three prongs to it. It's a food item, it's an alcohol-based item, and it's a frozen item. So the hurdles are astronomical, but we've managed to plow through most of those, and we've become the go-to item in the world. We were just rated the #1 alcoholic popsicle by Huffington Post no more than a week ago.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. I just got the results. We took the gold medal in the Proof Awards out in Las Vegas. There were over 500 brands that competed, various different spirit brands. We scored a 90 out of 100 points, over 20 judges. So I got the results on that yesterday, and we just keep snowballing. We're not, and we do things different than everybody else.
Yeah. And where'd you start? Like the foundation of going, okay, I have a product. Did you have to start with sourcing the product? Was it a concept? Did you have to, pre-sell it? How'd you,
No, actually, it was created as a concept back in 2016. I spent about 4 months doing market research. I wanted to figure out who else was out there in the marketplace and what was going on and whether we were actually going to have any competition. So what I discovered very quickly was there were 4 or 5 different brands which were basically a frozen dessert where they tried to infuse a minimal amount of alcohol. Typically they're 3 to 5%.
Okay.
And they didn't have a process to freeze the booze. So they're grainy, they're gritty, they're slushy. There's puddles and pockets of alcohol. Mm-hmm. They were not able to come up with a homogeneous product.
Okay.
So our product is completely homogeneous.
Okay, good. So it's mixed well, and you're not going to get part alcohol sometime, and then maybe no alcohol towards the end of the push pop.
Well, that's what the problem is with all of our competitors.
Okay.
They're not really competitors, but anybody else that's been in the space, and it's a fairly new space. I don't think the space is more than 5-6 years old. But there are a couple of different companies.
I think you guys are pioneering it.
We pioneered it. We've become the go-to company. So everybody else has had a difficult time in freezing the alcohol.
Okay.
They've tried to infuse alcohol into an ice cream product or an ice cream bar or a regular freeze pop, which is nothing but sugar, water, chemicals, and a little bit of alcohol. They had a very difficult time. So what made us great is that we were able to come up with a process by which we were able to freeze alcohol up to 40% in a product and take a cocktail and turn it into a sorbet. We don't take a dessert product and try to add a little bit of alcohol to it.
Gotcha. And so did you have somebody involved that had a chemistry background?
No, it was done by a chef. Actually,
okay.
My son, Jason.
It was all culinary based.
It was all culinary based, and I think it was 100% by accident.
And you were going to say Jason. Is Jason into culinary?
Yeah, my son Jason's been a chef for the last 10 years out in Las Vegas.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
So he created the product. I thought he was out of his tree when he called me one day. And I was traveling the world and enjoying myself and being on vacation and being retired and just having a good old blast.
Yeah.
And he calls me, he says, Dad, I figured out how to freeze alcohol.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's not possible.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
The vodka in my freezer is still going to be vodka. The tequila is still going to be tequila.
Right.
Alcohol does not freeze.
Okay.
No, I figured out how to do this. It's going to blow your mind.
Okay. Good.
And so I said, okay, well, make some up and send them to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. He sent me a package. And then I got online. I started to figure out what everybody else was doing in the business, and I discovered that everybody else was having a very difficult time freezing the alcohol, and they were coming up with these products, which is really nothing more than a marketing gimmick. Yeah. And most of them are just chemicals and sugar water. And there really is no substance to it whatsoever.
Right.
So after doing that research, we spent about another 6 months and did all our intellectual property. We actually have a patent on the process.
Okay, great.
And then I built a manufacturing plant in Las Vegas. And we started manufacturing the product ourselves. We decided to go a very out-of-the-box methodology with respect to the marketing.
Mm-hmm. So it's branded here in the USA and it's produced here in the USA.
It's branded here in the USA. It's branded around the world, and it's produced here in Florida.
Gotcha.
So we were producing in Las Vegas. We actually built a whole manufacturing facility, and Jason was running the plant.
Okay.
And the idea was that we were not going after your conventional business. I was not interested whatsoever in sending product or shipping product to liquor stores, C-stores, grocery stores, big box stores. Didn't care about any of that business.
Okay.
I want to be where everybody's not.
All right.
I wanted to create the market where nobody was.
Okay.
I wanted to have the exclusive high-end product that was going to sell for 3 times more than anybody else in a market where I had absolutely zero competition whatsoever.
And where was this? Hotels?
That market is food service.
Okay.
Hotels, pool bars, convention centers, corporate events, sporting arenas, cruise lines, music festivals.
Okay.
There's nobody there.
What's one of these sell for?
They go
retail, like if I'm buying it at a hotel.
It depends what hotel. If you go local, you'll probably pay $10, $12 for them.
Okay.
If you go to Disney, each.
Okay.
If you go to Disney, you'll pay $14.
Cost of a cocktail.
From that marketing perspective, like I said, it's been completely out of the box. It's not what anybody was expecting.
And that's working for you.
It's working for us. In our client list is the who's who in the industry.
I saw you did a deal with Disney.
We did a deal. We're in Disney Springs. Yeah, we did a deal with Disney through one of our partners, which is Levy Restaurants, which is the largest third-party management of bars, restaurants, convention centers, sporting arenas. We're affiliated with professional golf. We're affiliated with professional race cars. We're affiliated with.
I see you guys all over the place.
We're all over the place.
And it looks like you're having a great time on top of it all.
I'm very laser focused on this.
Yeah, good. Well, sometimes that's what it takes.
I'm setting us up for a $100 million acquisition.
Nice.
That's what I'm doing.
And who's the buyer?
I don't know who the buyer will be yet. I know who I think it'll be.
Yeah. Well, you want to be a vitamin water, and you want to be bought by Coca-Cola.
No, we'll probably end up getting acquired by somebody like Diageo.
Okay.
Or Bacardi.
Okay.
Or Royal
alcohol.
Caribbean.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right, and alcohol, because we already have deals. We already work with Diageo.
Sure. Can you talk about the size of the company?
Employee-wise, we probably run about dozen people. Most of that is down in the factory.
Okay. Yeah. So most of it's manufacturing.
Most of it's manufacturing.
And you and I see another gentleman are kind of the front of the business.
Yeah.
So you're hands-on. You're hands-on at the shows.
I'm hands-on 12 hours a day.
So I noticed that you're gravitating towards influencers, which I'm very interested in. And to me, I think the influencer business has changed lives of businesses, and it's changing dramatically now. And I noticed on your website that you talk about influencers, and there was a female influencer. How's the influencer side of the business? What are you finding there?
It works short term.
I was shocked by the influencers that you were picking. I would have thought differently about that, and not that it's right or wrong.
Well, you're talking about a brand ambassador. You're not talking about an influencer.
Well, you called it an influencer on your website, and I think her name was Jennifer. And it's a girl that's traveled around the world, and she's a very pretty girl. Mm-hmm. And I noticed you use a lot of very pretty girls, right?
We're in the liquor business.
You're in the liquor business.
What the hell? We use a lot of bikini girls, too.
To me, the influencer, yeah, but you know who I think is buying this product, like that ends up with it, Mike, as an end consumer, are females are making that decision.
It's funny. It's funny, but when I first started and we were looking to brand the company and to try to figure out who our target market was going to be after we created this industry that was nothing but a cottage industry before.
Sure.
That
you pioneered
that we've pioneered and blown up.
Yeah.
I thought that our entire customer base, since we were based in Vegas and we were dealing with pool bars out there.
Yeah.
I thought the entire customer base was going to be millennials.
Okay.
25 to 30, 32, spending daddy's money.
Sure.
$20,000 at a pool bar in the afternoon,
Yeah.
and Buzz Pops would be just another thing that they could just play around with.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, what we soon discovered within about 6 months period of time that was bogus.
Okay.
Our target market is now anyone over 21 that's breathing.
Okay.
I don't care what country you're from.
Okay.
I don't care what sex you are.
Okay.
We have probably one of the broadest target markets in the world.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're 22 or 72.
Okay, well, and maybe that's my point. So the influencer side of it, you might not have figured that out yet. It might not be hot young females.
Maybe we have, maybe we haven't, but we don't really use our influencers to do much for us.
Yeah.
Our grassroots marketing does 1,000-fold what the influencers do.
Okay.
The ungodly amount of free public relations that we've gotten in the last 15 months will do more than any influencer will ever do.
It's a cool product. It's interesting. I mean, I find it an intriguing way to have a cocktail. I mean, it looks so good. I know you brought some product today, and I'm dying for you to open one up because I want to try one live on the air.
Where'd they go?
I don't know. Where'd they put them? You want to? I've been dying to hear. Watch your headphones. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, great. And so what am I having here? I can't see anything.
That's a mango passion fruit buzz pop with white rum.
Okay. Mango passion fruit buzz pop. Oh, look at that. It comes out easy. This is going to turn into a whole different segment if I finish this.
Well, thank God I brought 4 of them. Well, you can't leave it.
Wow. That's really good.
There's nothing else like it.
Oh, my God. That is really good. And the container is interesting. I mean, it's all plastic. It's easy to dispense, and the flavor is actually amazing. It's consistent. And yes, it has alcohol in it.
You can taste the alcohol.
So I can taste alcohol. Here, let's put that back in the cooler, and I'll finish that after the segment. You
can actually taste the alcohol.
It's a fantastic product. And so how many different flavors are there?
We've created about 75 different flavors. We roll out 7 or 8 at a time. I think we're running about 6 right now.
Okay. What's your top seller?
The mango passion fruit.
And that's why you brought it.
The one I just gave you.
That's really good.
That sells 3 to 1 over everything
There's
else.
a nice depth to it. I mean, I felt like I was eating a piece of mango. The consistency of the slush is not icy at all.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes...
It's not icy. It's not sweet.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like you're eating chemicals. There's no aftertaste. There are no chemicals in it.
It's really good. It's really good. I'm very impressed.
Fresh mango, passion fruit, premium rum.
Yeah, it's awesome. So what's your next big event? Where are you going to be? I mean, like
The next big event. Well, we just got done with the Pride Fest in St. Pete.
Okay.
We just did that
How'd
last
that go?
weekend. We typically go through between $1,000 and $2,000 an hour worth of buzz pops.
Really? And did you do? Is that one full day? I've never been to a Pride.
It was
parade.
5 hours.
It was 5 straight hours. Okay, wow.
12 to 5.
That's
yeah.
just what? How many people? A couple people in the bus? How many people you have running that?
We had 1, 2, 3. We had 4 people and 2 promo girls that were out dressed like crazy ladies dancing in the streets. It pulled a lot of people in, and it got a lot of photographs.
Nice. Okay.
So
I love your personality. You're 1,000 miles an hour, and you haven't aged or changed a bit. And it's been several years since I've seen you.
Our
so
next
you
event.
look great.
Thanks. Our next event is Miami Swim Week.
Okay.
Our next major event is Miami Swim Week.
And what's that about?
That is the largest swim fashion show week in the U.S.
Okay.
We've partnered up with Ignite Miami Beach and Arc Up.
Yeah.
And we're going to be down there as one of the sponsors for all of the private parties and private fashion shows and nightlife and yachting.
And so what do? You take the bus, you take the product.
We take the bus, we take the product.
On location.
We're on location. It gets filmed. It's all over the video. It's all over TV.
You guys are doing a great job on social media.
It'll just blow up social media even more.
Who's doing that, by the way, for you? Are you involved in that piece of it?
I'm involved in it very heavily.
I would think so. I saw your kind of thumbprint on it, if you will.
It's fun, but it's getting to the point to where I'll probably...
I have to tell you, though, the things that you're sharing on LinkedIn that are from Facebook, they're breaking the links for some reason, and something's going on.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
LinkedIn is not really big for us.
Yeah.
We share links, but it's not really
Have you
big
done
for
any
us.
advertising on LinkedIn or just content?
No, just content.
Just thought leadership and content
We
stuff.
do very little advertising. Our marketing budget is less than $10,000 a year.
Oh, really? Wow, you guys are really
guerrilla
marketing.
We are guerrilla
Yeah.
on fire.
Good for you.
And it all started about a year ago for us.
Okay.
There are quite a few online media companies that have massive followings, 7, 8, 10, 15, 20 million followers, whereas the media companies used to all be in print, and they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, traditional marketing.
Marketing. That's all gone away, like
Right.
Thrillist and Pop Sugar and all these major online media companies that have these
absolutely.
massive followings. So I think it was middle of June, something like that, we get a call from one of the editors at Pop Sugar. It says, we want to write an article about you. Can you send us some pops? So, we have media that reaches out to us all the time. So we sent him some pops. About a week and a half later, I get a phone call. Your video's being launched tomorrow night. I'm like, my what? Yeah, we did a video. We decided not to write an article. This was so cool.
Yeah.
We actually did a video.
Wow.
So I got to back up from there a couple steps. When we designed our website was not designed for consumers. Our website is designed for wholesale trade and branding. So it was never set up to
Which was the opposite of what your guerrilla marketing is all about. Right?
Well, the guerrilla marketing is for brand awareness, and that's what our website was set up for. It wasn't set up for 1 million users at a time.
Yeah.
We just never put it together that way. So at any rate, Pop Sugar says,
Did you have that much traffic from that?
Wait a second. I'm going to blow your mind in about 2 seconds.
Okay, beautiful. Let me sit back here and strap in.
They called, they said the video will be out tomorrow night. So it's 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. It's a Friday night. I'm getting ready to go out to dinner. And it comes across my phone. Here's this video from Pop Sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Within 2 hours, we had 150,000 views.
Wow.
By 10 o'clock the next morning, it was 1.1 million views.
Holy cow.
We had 500,000 visitors to our website in that 12-hour time frame, and we were running 50 to 60,000 continuous users.
Right.
And by Saturday afternoon, our website blew up.
And what was the company that did the video?
Pop Sugar.
Pop Sugar. And they're an agency?
No, they're an online media company.
They're an online media company. Okay, great. I've never heard of them.
Well, you got to go check them out on
I
Facebook.
will.
Pop
I will.
Sugar. They're
amazing.
huge. If they do something,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah.
Because they have such a large following. So,
Well,
to say the least,
that's a nice little nugget and
our
nice little
website
find.
crashed.
Yeah.
We had to redesign the whole thing. We had to move it to bigger servers. And from there, people were reaching out to me at 4 or 5 a day. The articles started rolling in. I was getting calls from all over the country. I'm in Ohio. Joe, I just saw you on TV. Buzz Pops was on the local ABC News in Ohio.
Oh, wow. They were featured.
We're all over the freaking radio. We were featured on over 1,000 TV stations. Sure. We were featured on well over 1,000 radio stations. We had 400 or 500 articles written about it.
So what have you got against the distribution with all that hype? What do you have against the distribution of Publix carrying this?
I don't want Publix to carry it.
Why?
I like simple logistics.
Okay.
So
it's a matter of the rampant. You don't want to wrap the manufacturing to that side of it, or?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to pay a broker. I don't want to pay a rep. I don't want to pay shelving space. I don't want to pay stocking fees.
Gotcha.
I don't want to pay marketing and advertising.
Okay.
I don't want to throw half my profit out the window so Publix can carry my product.
Okay.
When I can do the same thing without all those costs and expenses.
Yeah, and I'm sure you figured out the margins and how that differs as well.
Our margins are probably unheard of in any food business that's out there.
Wow. And that means they're big margins.
They're huge. They're huge. Our pre-tax is over half our retail sales.
Oh,
Our
wow.
pre-tax is over half our gross sales.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I don't know too many companies that are running on a 50% margin with a product they have to manufacture and distribute.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, so it just developed into this huge, massive, free marketing campaign. I figured we probably pulled in somewhere between $6 and $7 million in free advertising in the last 12 months.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Then last October, right after I moved Buzz Pops from Vegas to Florida for manufacturing, we broke into Disney Springs. So now every media company in the world...
What is Disney Springs?
Disney Springs is the adult section of Disney World.
Okay, gotcha.
It's the party section of Disney World, full of restaurants and bars. And
Gotcha.
it's mainly all adults.
Okay.
I said, why don't you have a kiosk out in the middle of Disney Springs so you can capture the hundreds of thousands of people that walk through here on a daily basis? Mm-hmm. And they said, well, we can't do that. We have to get permission from Disney Corp. Mm. Well, this was right after we had thousands of pieces of press written about Buzz Pops.
Sure.
I said, okay, well, how do I start that process? They said, well, you can't. We have to do it ourselves. I said, all right, well, let's get it started.
Typical Joe Isaacs.
Yeah, well, I don't want to
stop with the excuses and let's get it done.
Just let's get it done.
Right.
So they said, well, it's normally a 5 to 6 month approval process. So they submitted it to Disney, Walt Disney Corporate. Mm-hmm. 10 days later, we got a letter, you're approved. Mm. They said, we've seen so much press on this brand, it would be insane if we didn't let them do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So we've just had an unbelievable amount of things go right.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. That's what I do.
Good.
I build from scratch, and I build, massive companies. This company is being built for acquisition.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we, like I said, we do business with. Oh, it's just the list is just so long. I can't even remember everybody anymore.
How many of these things are you moving a year right now?
Millions.
Millions of Buzz Pop cocktails.
Yeah.
Nice.
Millions. Nice. Last year we turned down Sam's Club.
Yep.
Because I didn't want to do business their way.
Okay. What was their way?
Well, Sam's Club is nothing more than a consignment shop.
Okay.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
Well, they take the product.
Tell me about that.
They take the product in on consignment. Mm-hmm. They'll pay you in 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
If it doesn't sell, they want to send it back to you.
Absolutely.
And so the senior buyer last summer called me from Sam's Club and told me who he was. And I said, okay, that's really fantastic. So let me tell you how we're going to do business.
Okay.
I said, you'll pay us in 15 days. Mm-hmm. There are no returns. Mm-hmm. There are no marketing dollars. We'll help you do some promo, but that's about it. And there are no returns. And the guy goes, you know who I am?
What was their response?
He says, where's Sam's Club?
Yeah.
I said, you're right. That's all the reason why. It's this way or the highway.
Yeah.
And he said, well, have a nice day. I said, okay, your loss. So we turned those guys down because we didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
We're sticking with the major players that we do business with.
Nice. Who are you looking to do business with that you haven't been able to penetrate? Like, who are you saying, I just don't understand why you don't get it and why you don't want this product? Who would you say that to?
We don't get that very often.
Okay.
I mean, that typically doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We also don't have a sales staff that's going out and soliciting customers.
Yeah, yeah. But you've got somebody on your list.
Well, I have somebody
that
on
you've
the
talked
list.
to that hasn't pulled the trigger. If you don't, then
We
should
do.
really be on an island somewhere. And
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, okay.
Royal Caribbean Cruises.
Okay.
It's a perfect example.
All right. Yeah.
We've been working with these
Makes
guys.
total sense
Been
to me.
working with their buyers now for almost a year. They wanted to buy our product 6 months ago.
Only Royal Caribbean. That's the one that I wouldn't go on. But the
Well, it's the Royal Caribbean and their upper end ships.
Okay.
This is not
Yeah.
a Carnival ship. This is not a kids product.
yeah.
So the problem with the cruise lines, and the reason why we're not on any of the cruise ships nowadays, is because they all have a ban on single-use plastics.
Oh, okay. That makes
So
sense.
they can't take a push pop in that format.
Okay.
So we have a solution for that.
Okay.
We've been working on that.
Gonna
now.
go back to the old paper type push pop?
No, those you have to have a massive factory and about $7 million worth of equipment to be able to do that as you're coming off the line. No, we're going to do it in a bar. It'll be like an ice cream bar with a stick.
Oh, really? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And that'll be out within the next probably 60 to 90 days.
I can't imagine you'll get the same type of effect
It's
as
exactly
that
the same
slush that I just pushed up
It's
out of
exactly
that.
the same thing.
And I agree with eliminating these single-use plastics. I think it's horrible for the environment. I mean, 9.5 billion, tons of this over the last 45 years that we've produced.
Well,
we have to stop.
I hate it too. And I've spent over a year attempting to get a biodegradable plastic to use for our product, and it's not available.
Yeah.
What's available, it melts at a different temperature than the regular plastic, so therefore it jams up the injector molds, and it's just a whole nother nightmare.
Okay.
And so,
So you want to get away from single-use
I've
plastics?
wanted to get away from single-use
but
plastics for over a year. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I haven't found a solution.
It's a fantastic container, and it's too bad it's a single-use container. And I can't imagine that you could get a better experience out of them other than building them out of glass, right? With an O-ring, and maybe that would be one level higher. But yeah, I know.
But then
I know
they're
it's
going to
crazy.
break. Then they're
going to break. They're going to be
and-
dangerous.
yeah.
You don't want to take them to the beach. You can't put them in a cooler.
Right, there's so many things
Yeah.
you can't do. So the only way to really eliminate the single-use plastic is either go to a cup, like a Dixie cup,
Yeah.
which to me takes away even more,
Yeah.
or go to like an ice cream bar and just make the product, and it's got a wooden stick, and it's
Yeah.
got a biodegradable plastic cover,
Yep.
and it's in a biodegradable cardboard box. And so that's
Gotcha.
simple and easy.
And how far off do you think you are from that? Is that something that's going to take some time to do? Are you going to try to get a deal first for a certain number of orders of that? Are you going to be able to? Can you do a beta in this business like I do in the software business?
Well, we're actually in the process of doing that right now.
Okay.
We're in the process of doing that right now. We'll probably have 10,000 pieces come off the line here in the next couple of weeks. And that's being done because of the cruise lines, and it's being done because of the meetings that we have now with Costco.
Okay.
So you talk about grocery stores.
Yeah.
We'll probably be in Costco before the end of the year.
Okay. Great. Wow. We got to hear it here first. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that announcement has not really been made.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, I mean, a business is always kind of maybe if what, right? And you never know until, kind of the check clears kind of scenario. But I appreciate that.
Well, we figured out a way to eliminate the massive penalty, the massive payment lags.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now that we
Is that for a matter of cash flow, or is it more of that you just don't trust the type or size of invoice that might accrue while you're waiting on payment?
the cash flow could be detrimental. I mean,
Yeah.
if Costco orders a container load of product and I have to ship them $250,000 worth of product,
Sure.
and I got to wait 4 months for it,
Sure.
I've got to pay my labor. I've got to pay my costs, all my raw materials.
It's cash flow.
It's cash flow.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's total. Plus, I don't want any invoices out there like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get burned on a 6-figure invoice.
I can't imagine Costco burning you, but I don't,
Well, I can't imagine Walmart doing that either, but they will every chance they can get,
Yeah. This is beat on Walmart day.
Well, no, it's not. It's just that's the way they are.
Yeah.
We're not in Publix because you can't sell to Publix. You have to sell to Publix liquors.
Yeah.
The liquor store market is a logistical nightmare.
Okay.
I'm sticking to being laser focused on what works for me, knowing what's not working for my competitors. So
Right.
I know that's not working for my competitors.
Who are the competitors?
I don't want to jump into that.
Who's your nemesis?
There's cafes. There's
What's cafes do?
They make a product in like a 3-stick. So does Slim Chillers, and there's a couple of ice cream brands that do it.
Are any of them large?
No,
They're all.
We've blown everybody away.
Okay, good.
I mean,
so you've got the highest volumes in this vertical of alcohol.
I have the highest volume of any of the companies in this. I mean, there are major brands that are trying to get in this from a marketing ploy standpoint, but not from a real product standpoint.
Are you trademarked on the name?
Everything's trademarked.
Okay. And you talked about a patent. What's the patent?
The patent is the ability to be able to freeze alcohol at high volumes.
Okay. And when you say freeze, is that with anything? Like there's alcohol Jello shots that are commercial that your patent wouldn't be over that, right? Or would it?
No, it's our patent is for sorbets and frozen product.
Sorbets and frozen type products.
Jello shots really are not frozen.
Is it a process patented or is it
It's a process
It's a process patent. Okay, cool. That's great.
So not only that, but we're vegan, we're gluten-free, we're certified kosher, we're fat-free, we're under 100 calories. There's nobody that's got all the accolades and all the touch points.
Did you address that going into it? I mean,
that was the purpose.
I've seen so many hurdles. We talked about single-use plastics. We talked about distribution. Did you deal with being that Jason's a culinary, side of it, he went into it thinking about a lot of people are moving away from, a meat type product. So did you think about that being, available to people that might have, health issues from gluten or whatever? Was that all part of the recipe or is that?
Well, no, that wasn't part of the recipe. That was part of the marketing.
Okay.
That was part of the branding.
Okay.
Like I said, we've branded this company as the Healthy Indulgence.
Well, you backed into, then it's part of the recipe. Right,
it became part of the recipe.
Yeah,
it was part of the marketing that became part of the process.
Okay, gotcha. Is there anything I missed, Joe? What's the website?
www.buzzpopcocktails.com. You can find us on any of the social media sites.
What's your Instagram handle?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook,
BuzzPop Cocktails.
BuzzPop Cocktails.
Gotcha.
Twitter is @BuzzPop Cocktail without the S.
Yeah, beautiful.
We're all over the place. I mean, if you want to follow us,
have you got a calendar of events? Like if we wanted to come out and see you, you just did the parade. You're doing Miami here soon. Do you have a calendar that the viewers or watchers, can go to?
Anything. It's all out on Facebook.
Okay, it's on your Facebook.
It's all out on
so you
Facebook.
got a calendar of events.
Everywhere we're going on. Everywhere we go is out on Facebook.
Beautiful. Well, listen, Joe, it's always a pleasure to, talk to other entrepreneurs, and I'm really impressed. I mean, I've followed you over the years, and quite frankly, dude, you're a grinder, and you've done a really nice job here. You got a great product. It's amazing to me, knowing your boys at a very young age, and hearing Jason's doing so well in the culinary side of things. So, congratulations, dude. It's you got a great product.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah,
it's definitely a fun one to be in.
Awesome, man. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Tuning out Brown on Brand. You can view us at thumbstopper.fm or wherever a fine podcast can be found. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. And remember, subscribe to Brown on Brand at thumbstopper.fm or wherever fine podcasts can be found.